Hey everyone, I'm back and today we're going to be talking about Beautiful Boy, and this movie came out in 2018 and it stars Timothée Chalamet, Steve Carell, and I thought this movie was okay. There were things I liked for sure. It looked nice and I thought the acting was pretty good in this movie. Like I never once felt as though the performances were phony, especially from our two main leads. Like they're naturally really good and they just worked very well in the movie, and I did like how things were kind of being set up in the beginning. And one thing that kind of put me off about this movie while watching it early on was the out of order storytelling. I was like, okay, why is this going on? Eventually, it does stop doing that, but it just didn't really have much of a point in doing that, and I didn't feel as though much was being added to the film for it to being presented in that way. The needle drops in this movie felt out of place, didn't really feel as though they belonged in any of the scenes, and the music was particularly distracting to me throughout this entire film. And all I kept thinking while I was watching every scene is that this scene would be a lot more effective if the music just wasn't here at all, and would have worked a lot better. I don't know why it was there, just they could have easily made a better movie if there was no music, but they chose not to do that. So here we are, and the movie got fairly repetitive after a certain point, and it had a very predictable structure to me. Like, I didn't really connect with what it was doing all too much. I didn't feel as though I got much of a character study. I didn't feel as though I got into the mindset of what a character is like outside of the most surface level. I didn't really take away much from any of these characters, unfortunately. It just felt very surface level, and I couldn't really stand it all too well, and I just found it to be rather boring as a result. This film also didn't leave me thinking about it. I also feel as though it was another one of these movies where it didn't make me think of anything that I haven't thought of before. That's another problem that I kind of had, where it just doesn't say anything in particular that makes it stand out in a crowd. It just is another thing in a crowd, and you can't really distinguish it from anything else in the crowd. And this movie did kind of remind me of To the Bone a little bit. And I looked up at what I rated To the Bone, and I've rated that a 5 out of 10. So I liked both of these movies about the same, but they're both equally forgettable, and I think I like this slightly more, but who knows? Maybe it comes down to the runtime, maybe it comes down to personal enjoyment, maybe it just comes down to what a movie is trying to get at. I don't know. I just didn't take away anything from this movie. And I'm not going to remember much of anything about it other than Timothée Chalamet was in it and the out of place needle drops in this film. That's really all I'm going to remember it for. There were no scenes in this movie that I felt stood out in this entire film. They were all kind of just blending into each other, and in a sense, that's a good thing. Like, no scene stands out as bad, but at the same time, would kind of prefer if one moment stood out as being exceptionally good. But not in this movie. It was okay. It was fine. Will I watch it again? No. And that's about all I have to say about it. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Beautiful Boy a 5 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below your thought of Beautiful Boy, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for A Rainy Day in New York by Woody Allen, also starring Timothée Chalamet. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.